welcome everybody. Just doing my usual thing here and trying to get the camera in the spot that I want it. All right, so today we're going to talk about how to accelerate weight loss with water. I'm going to go into the science behind this and why it's so important. You all have water as a goal, but it can be really hard to try and actually care about building a habit when you don't understand exactly why you're doing it, or what the importance is, or what it's going to do for you. Um, every coach on the planet will tell you need to drink more water, but it just sounds like one of those kind of things that everybody says, and it's something you do without actually understanding why, right? So we're going to go through the actual the reasoning and the rationale and the science as to why this is so critically important for your progress, not just weight loss, but for like anything progressing within your fitness journey. So that's the topic for today. Super excited. I love talking about this one. And funny because I was in such a rush to sit down here. Case and I we just relocated to Ontario a couple months ago, so we're having to move our auto insurance and get new health cards, all that sort of stuff. So we are just at an appointment getting our health card set up. So had to run quick to start the live here. But start off with some wins. My win for today was I actually, my energy is starting to slowly drop. It's not bad, but just with the decreased calories, I'm noticing in my workouts that I don't have the same oomph, and there's a much bigger mental battle that I have to fight to push through some of those challenging sets. And today I hit a PR on my Smith machine squats. So it was pretty grueling to get through that set. It definitely felt extra hard, but it was a really big accomplishment for me to hit a PR by increasing my reps. I hit 8 reps last week. I only hit 7. So, and last week I like fully hit failure and could not stand back up with the bar. I had to dump it. So, being able to get up on that 8th rep was pretty exciting for me. If you have wins, share them in the chat. I don't know which side of your screen it's on. Share your wins in the chat, and I'll read those out. Yeah, let's hop into the conversation today. So, water. Our bodies, as you know from science class in high school, is like 60 to 70% of our body is made up of water. Like water is essential for human life and function. So when we're talking about within fitness, there's so many areas where like it impacts us, and I'm going to go through a few of them, not all of them, because it's just too much. But I'm going to go through a few of the really applicable ones that everybody kind of has to deal with on a daily basis. So first thing I'm going to talk about is our digestion. So our digestion is obviously super important. That's where we pull out all the nutrients from our food to utilize as energy to help us like rebuild muscle tissue, to help us just do all the things that we need it to do, right? If our energy is really low, then we don't get the maximum benefit of our workouts, because where if maybe we had higher energy, we'd be able to get 3 or 4 more difficult sets or reps through. We're not able to, so we're not pushing ourselves to our full potential if our energy isn't fully there. And to my win from today is a pretty good example. I felt the energy dipping, but my strength was still there because I had fueled myself. I had the resources within my body, but those resources are starting to get less, and there will come a point where I'll have what we call diminishing returns, meaning I'm going to be pushing just as hard as I am now, but my strength is actually going to start to decrease. Hopefully I can ride this out for a while longer before that happens, but it's inevitable, at some point of a diet for strength to start to kind of diminish. But anyways, that's beside this point. We're talking about our digestion. So digestion is like super important, not just for like creating energy and all that sort of stuff, but it also regulates all the systems in our body. So if our digestion's off, You can have skin issues. You can have hair loss. You can have mental fog. You can have, digestive issues, lots of digestive issues. But digestion impacts a lot of our systems, not just our energy. So, um, why am I talking about this in relationship to water? Well, because our entire intestinal tract is like it needs water. Our large and small intestines are full of water, and that's how we start to move things around. That's how we digest things. Every chemical reaction in the body requires water as some component of it. And so, if we don't have enough water, then we can't extract the nutrients from our food as efficiently as we could if we had more water or if we were well hydrated. Um, and my favorite example, and there's it's a bit of a pun, but if you think about like it's the simplest example. If you think about like old school, settlers were cutting trees down and they were using the river systems to transport their logs. There's your pun. They're trying to transport the logs from the top of the river down to the mouth of the river where they could use it to build their establishments and their homes and their camps and whatever, right? If you have a waterbed that is dry and that river is not really flowing very quickly, it's kind of shallow. Those logs aren't going to transport very well, right? Because they're going to get stuck at the bends and the curves, and you're going to have log jams, and everything's just going to take forever to get there. Our digestive system's the same way. If we don't have enough water, our digestive system is like a slow river, and so it impacts us in many different ways because of that. So you can have more issues with indigestion, more issues with constipation, more issues with like I'm not going to say like malabsorption, but you don't absorb nutrition as well. Um, and if you can like contrast that with a river that's like full and swollen, and it's like you send those logs down and they're not getting stuck anywhere because the water is like there's enough in there. That river is moving quickly. Transportation happens fast, which means like through our digestive system. That means we can not only can we like digest food better and move it through our system from top to bottom easier and avoid issues that way, but we can also extract the nutrients quicker, and then those nutrients go into a different water system, which we're going to talk about next, to make sure that the tissues that need energy get the energy as quickly as possible. So super, super important for digestion. If you haven't heard us say it, you will at some point. It's really important that you're drinking water with every single meal. Just being able to get an extra 500 mils of water in as you have your meal or before your meal is going to help you digest food better. And I want to preface, or not preface, but I also want to just say that like I'm using water as the main term because it is in the end it's water that we need. But you can get water from herbal teas, you can get water from milk, you can get water from sugar-free, like anything, pops or whatever. Juices. We don't like to track sugary contented, like high sugar drinks, highly caffeinated drinks, or alcoholic drinks because they have a diuretic effect. And you will net positive water mostly, but it's going to be very, very little. And so we don't track it because, if you have 4 cups of coffee, you're going to pee, abstract number, but like maybe 3 of those cups you're going to pee out. So we don't track those things, but anything else that doesn't have high sugar, high caffeine, or alcohol in it, you can count as your water. So when I'm saying drink 500 mils of water with your meal, it doesn't necessarily have to be a glass of water with nothing else in it. It could be, a ginger tea and then a cup of water on the side, or whatever else that you drink with your dinner. All right, so digestively, super important. There's more to the digestion than just transporting logs from top to bottom. But we'll leave it there because we're 10 minutes in, and I want to go through some other stuff here first. Our circulatory system, obviously, that's the one we always think about when we think about water. Is our veins and our arteries and our capillary bed. So that whole system is how we transport things through our body. When nutrients get pulled out of the digestive system, they go into the circulatory system to move and disperse through the body. Same exact example. If you have a circulatory system that's like a dry riverbed, you're not going to be able to move byproducts. You're not going to be able to move energy to the muscles that need it. So when you do a set, it's going to take you longer to recover from set to set if you're not well hydrated, because your body can't move energy to replenish the energy stores that you just used when you are squatting and your quads and your butt are screaming. You've zapped all the energy, and we need that energy to recover so you can get the most out of the next set. We want to make sure that energy can get there, right? And then what also is happening is as we do those sets, we start to build up lactic acid, and that's that burning feeling that you feel. It can lead to cramping and all that sort of stuff. With a riverbed that's not flowing very well, we can't transport all of the metabolic waste out of the muscles fast enough. And so it impacts us on that side of things as well. And this is just during our workouts, right? So it's super important to be well hydrated. My rule of thumb is if you're pasty mouth during your workout, you're not hydrated enough. You can work your butt off in a workout and not have the pasties in your mouth ever if you're well hydrated. So keep that in mind. If you have pasties, then take a look at how much water you had from the morning until you did your workout, and probably double it for the next workout and see how you feel in comparison. Okay, yes. So that's the workout side of things, but I also wanted to talk as well about like the recovery side of things. All of this is the same analogy for everything. We need to, if we want to burn fat, which is the main thing that we were talking about today, if we want to burn fat, that means we need to turn fat into usable energy. We need to take the energy that we've stored as fat cells, break them down, turn them into energy so we can use that energy, and then get rid of all the metabolic waste that happens from that so that we can actually end up slimmer. Now it's the exact same thing, and this is like probably one of the things that might hit home the most is if you don't have a well hydrated system, you're not going to lose fat as quickly, because you're not going to be able to burn fat. You're not going to be able to use or have enough water to break your fat cells down efficiently and use them or convert them into energy, and then use that energy as efficiently as if you were fully hydrated. If you're fully hydrated, then all of that stuff happens very quickly, and it's like changing the speed limit on a highway. You're going to get from A to B a whole lot quicker if your circulatory system, your digestive system is well hydrated, and that like hydration highway is moving at a good click instead of being really slow and sluggish. As we sleep, we need to recover, and so we need to move all kinds of things through our bodies, and we have to have all these different chemical reactions happening inside of us in order to heal and recover. And it's, by the way, that's typically where most of the change happens, is when we sleep. And so this is a whole different life in itself. But when we sleep is when our bodies have an actual chance to do all of that, because our bodies we don't have to, like, I'm talking, moving, thinking, speaking, doing all these things that are requiring energy and reactions and everything. Like, I'm putting demands on my body. When I'm sleeping, I'm in that semi-comatose state where our body can really hyper focus on everything else so that we are refreshed and replenished and ready to go for the next day. That means as we sleep, that's when a lot of this stuff starts to happen, where the most of our recovery from our workouts happens while we sleep. Our bodies are able to actually focus on repairing the muscle tissue. It's able to focus on replenishing our energy stores by turning fat into energy and then filling up our glycogen again, which is just another kind of stored energy that we have in our muscles. So all of that stuff slows down a whole lot when we don't have enough water. There is no real true like drink this perfect amount of water, but as coaches, Casey and I have helped hundreds of women, and the benchmark that is without fail always been beneficial and has never been too little or too much is that 3 to 4 liter range. So having that daily is, we just know, and there is some scientific research that will suggest numbers very similar to that. It all kind of varies depending on body weight and activity level and temperature outside, and if you sweat more or sweat less. Like there's a whole bunch of variables there, but the main thing is to aim for that 3 to 4 liter range. And especially in the summer, if you're outside sweating a whole lot, drink an extra liter because you're going to use more water as your body tries to regulate temperature. So again, another example of where water is like a fundamental thing that happens in our bodies. In order for us to stay cool, we have to expel water through perspiration in order to cool ourselves down. So it's literally involved in everything, and it's super important to have enough of it. Now, if you're used to only drinking, let's say 1 to 2 liters of water, our bodies are also they thrive off of routine and structure and homeostasis. So homeostasis is that ability to stay kind of in that neutral level. If we're a little bit too high, then our body will bring us back down. If we're a little bit too low, then our body will bring us back down. And we always kind of stay around that same consistent spot, like our body temperature. If it gets too high, we have a fever. If it gets too low, it's called hypothermia. So we have homeostasis that keeps us stable in one spot. Now, if we create an environment in our body that it's used to functioning and finding homeostasis off of 1 to 2 liters of water, if you immediately try to drink 3 to 4 liters of water, the body is going to go, this is not our normal pattern. And this is like, our homeostasis is here and we have this much water, so we need to get rid of a whole bunch. So at first, you'll pee a whole lot. And so this is why we kind of taper water up. If you're at 1 to 2 liters, then we aim for 2 to 3 liters at first. And when you get to 2 to 3 liters, we might aim for 3 to 4 liters for like 3 days of the week, and then 4 days of the week, 5 days of the week. And we taper everything up because our bodies will adjust and accommodate if we continuously increase that water intake. So if our homeostasis is like 1 to 2 liters is what our normal is, and that's where we normally function. But then we start drinking 2 to 3 liters consistently. Eventually, the body's going to go, oh, this isn't homeostasis anymore. This is homeostasis. And then we have a day that we can have 3 to 4 liters without being in the bathroom 16 times, right? So it takes some time and it takes some patience, but it takes a lot of consistency to bring your water up. And as you know, we put everything together. This is why you've heard so many people say, oh, when I drink more water, I get more, like my energy is improved so much. And once you get to that 3 to 4 liter range and you're consistent with it, if you have 1 to 2 liters, you feel terrible. Like you're like, I am parched, I need water. And it actually becomes really difficult to drink less water because of how it changes the body, how you feel digestively, how much more energy you have, how much more efficient your workouts are, and how quickly you can recover your energy immediately after the workout, but then how you can recover the days after, getting over the DOMS, the delayed onset muscle soreness that you feel. So it truly is like, if I'm going to say my top 3 priorities for weight loss and even for muscle growth, it's going to be hydration. Like it's going to be in that top 3 because it is so fundamentally important for all of our systems to work efficiently, to protect us from disease, to be able to have a speedy immune system that can fight off colds and bacteria and all that sort of stuff quicker, to be able to access energy and have really high quality workouts, and then to be able to actually function for the rest of the day after that workout and be able to walk 2 days after that workout. We need to have a really hydrated body and support and respect ourselves that way. So, yeah, water. It literally is probably, if like, there are so many weight loss supplements on the market. If you were to walk into any supplement store and buy any sort of fat burning thing or whatever, I will bet my money on the person that drinks more water consistently. If the only difference between two people is one person is taking this like fat burner, thermogenic, whatever supplement that someone at a supplement store sold them, but they're drinking 1 to 2 liters a day, and this person isn't taking that, but they're drinking 3 to 4 liters, I will bet my money that this person is going to get their results much quicker. Not just because of my own opinion, but I've seen it numerous times. It's a pain in the butt to learn how to increase your water, but super, super efficient and effective, and it makes you feel amazing. So my tips on how to get more water in, because it can seem like a unbearable task to try and drink that much. First one is get a water bottle you actually like. I can't express how important this is because I have had currently somebody stole my water bottle. We went to the movies and we were in a rush. I went to the bathroom. I sat on top of the urinal and totally forgot to grab it. I came back and somebody had taken it. No, none of the staff could find it. I thought that was really gross. To first of all steal a water bottle and second to steal it out of a bathroom. Oh, gross. Anyways, my water bottle's gone and I've been struggling a lot more to get my water in because I have this stupid Aquafina 1.5 liter water bottle that I bought temporarily at a gas station to replace it with. I've also tried different water bottles before, and I like to chug water, so I had one nice big water bottle, but I couldn't chug from it because it would just glug 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 and it would splash everywhere, and I couldn't actually chug water, and I ended up missing out my water bill. So having a water bottle that you like, you'll carry it around with you. If you enjoy drinking out of it, like if you like drinking out of one of those sippy things with a straw, get one of those. If you like having a big open mouth, get one of those. Like, find the water bottle that you actually enjoy using. You'll drink way more water. Two, use other forms of water. So you can use sugar-free pops or bubblies or whatever. They're good. Just don't overdo it because the carbonation can cause issues. You get really burpy and gassy. So you can have like 1 or 2 of those. I'd say one a day at the most. But it's another way to help get water in. Herbal teas are great. You can drink as many as you want, and it's kind of nice, especially when the weather is cold, spring, winter, fall. It's nice having a nice hot tea. And so you can drink tons and tons of tea and get your water in through that way as well. If you have a Ninja Creami, you put milk in it, you freeze it, it's still, the water content's still there. You can still count that. And then my third tip that is one of the ones that has helped me a tremendous amount as well as water flavoring. So I would love to be able to drink all of my water without it because I don't really want to consume a whole lot of like artificial sugars every single day and stuff that has food dye in it and whatever. But I know that my health is better when I'm hydrated than the possible effects from a small amount of that stuff every day. So having a water flavoring is really beneficial and outweighs the cons for sure of being able to get your water in. So those are my 3 things: good water bottle, use other sources of water, or use water flavoring in your water to help you get it in. It's going to make you successful. The other thing that you can do is this is a James Clear strategy from Atomic Habits, an incredible book if you have time to read it and want to read about some like self-help kind of stuff. Stack habits together. So if you're trying to get into the habit of drinking water, then make it a rule that you drink water before you eat your meal, because now you have something you're gonna do no matter what. You're gonna eat that meal. You're not gonna miss it. But if you tell yourself, I can't eat this meal until I drink this water, you're gonna get your water in. And eventually it just becomes a habit that you don't think about it. You drink your water, you eat your meal. You drink your water, you eat your meal. You Let's say you get up from your desk, you drink some water. You get up every time you get up from your desk, you drink some water, or whatever it is. Every time you look at your phone, you drink some water. You stack habits together so that you can make it easy for yourself to remember to do it. Make it accessible, make it attractive. So, like the meal idea, attractive because I want to eat my meal. That's something that excites me, and it's attractive to me to drink my water first because then I get to do the thing that I really want to do. Right. So, put those things to the test. Get that water in, pump it in. What kind of water flavoring do I use? I wonder if I have one here. I don't think that I do. I've used all water flavorings. But my favorite, honestly, because it's the most cost efficient, at Walmart, they sell like a plus size one, and they have orange and strawberry. I use those the most. It's like $4, and you get 50 servings. Versus the meals are great too. I do not like the meals that have electrolytes in them. I think they taste bad. But those are all like 30 servings per container, and you pay like $4 or $5 for those. So yeah, my favorite's the great. I think it's great value. It's like the Walmart brand. And then eventually, or if you don't like a lot of sweet things, like I actually keep mine pretty light. I just like having a little bit of a taste, but it doesn't need to be strong for me. And that way I can also spread that water flavoring out further. So that would be my recommendation there. The Crystal Light ones are really good. I've also tried some that are like organic, natural, and I hated them. They suck. So you can do those if you're really health conscious. You don't mind the taste, but I bought like 10 of them once because I saw them on sale and they were all like natural flavoring, and I immediately regretted it because I used one of them and I was like, these are horrible. Um, you can use like fruits, cucumbers, stuff like that. Don't use lemon. Casey's parents are both dentists, so this is very ingrained in my mind. But lemon will strip the enamel off your teeth and give you dental issues if you do it consistently for long periods of time. So skip the lemon water, but you can use fruits. You can use like throwing strawberries and blueberries in there and letting it sit for a night can give it a nice subtle taste as well. Cool. If anybody has any more questions, fire them off in the WhatsApp group, and we'll see them there, or shoot them to Case or I on Everfit. If you're catching this on replay, hashtag replay, drop a win, your biggest takeaway, or comment it in the WhatsApp group, and we'll all celebrate that and share our takeaways there. All right. Have a wonderful Tuesday, everybody, and we'll see you on Thursday for Casey's Live.